to research or anything like that. It's
donate this stuff for some kind of crazy afro wig, like somebody got like pubes on their head if they get.
I have an incredible amount of people
love.
who want to touch this beard. I was talking about
just like a nice Brillo pad.
The habeas corpus to a couple guys in Canada.
Do your dishes with it too.
Probably, yeah.
Stick your head in the sink and rev you around the.
It's like a little SOS pad here on my face. But,
the walking SOS pad.
I don't like it as much as you guys don't like it. So help me get George out of jail.
I like it.
The beard comes off. So help me, help you, help me.
Help Max get rid of his beard. But I do like the beard. I think you've got like some kind of a small bird's nest here starting. I think I see quail eggs in there.
Oh, goodness.
No, I told him, you know what? He could do, let's say Farmer George stays in jail for 20 years, God forbid. But if that happens, or if Matt starts to grow his beard every time somebody goes to jail, he might have one down to his knees, and then I'll come by and hang all kinds of Christmas ornaments in it.
I'm telling you. Oh, man. I've been to 10 appearances at the court for George, okay? And the very last time that I was at the court, believe it or not, they reached up and patted down my beard.
Because it's so big, they're searching it.
They believe
like
that I'm recording everything.
It's like that guy on Fat Albert who's got all like a TV in his afro and all kinds of stuff. You heard that guy? I don't remember his name. He'd like pull stuff out, like a wrench and his leftovers from his lunch and the TV, and it's kind of like that.
I can definitely put an afro pic in here right now.
Yeah, you probably could hide things in there. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway,
hide a joint.
Can I get? You were mentioning you mentioned Freeman, and I don't want to stop you every time you say the word Freeman.
I just want to say I don't see Farmer George right now calling. The number is 402-237-2525. So that's 402-237-2525. The lines are open. If anyone would like to call, 402-237-2525, and the chat room is open too. That's TrutherGirls.chitango.com. Okay, so back over to you, Max.
So as you're acting in the public and you use a name and such, sometimes you use the word free man or sovereign, as they use in the States quite a bit when you're talking about these kind of thoughts about the name and stuff like that. But the reality of it is the definition.
Sorry, he can't call collect. He can't do it.
Yeah, unfortunately from jail you can only call out collect.
Bummer.
It's not easy for people to get calls out when you get incarcerated, and George is only on a summary conviction right now.
We can't. You guys who are in touch with George, you got to tell him that I can't take a collect call because it's like it's a conference manager on the internet. It's not like to my phone. I don't know how this works. I don't even see a call there.
We might be able to. They might be able to organize something with a three-way call. It might get sketchy there because the actual phones for calling out from jails are very hypersensitive to whether you're actually having a conference call, and it will shut down. I've been speaking to George quite a bit on the phone over the last 3-4 months, and he gets cut off quite a bit. So just so you know. All of us, we lost the habeas corpus with the FLQ crisis, okay, when they suspended the actual Magna Carta and put us into martial law. And they've never brought that back, okay? So we're living in martial law right now, not just maritime law, but martial law also. So, it's time to know your rights in order to protect yourself. It's the only way, because there is no protection. It was taken away during that FLQ crisis, all right?
Well, can you tell us about the FLQ crisis? Because I had someone...
I don't know nothing about the FLQ crisis. Just because my beard looks like this. Don't insinuate that I know anything about FLQ.
Well, I'm not. It's not.
Just because I'm in Montreal.
Why, did they have beards?
Yeah, apparently this looks like an FLQ beard. A lot of people think I look Arabic too. I'm sorry.
It's the Front de Libération de Québec. And what I've learned from a previous guest was that, and I should know this because I was educated in Quebec. I did take French Canadian history and all that. But what happened was they kidnapped some guy, and then it was a bit of like a black op that.
Yeah, they needed to be able to search people.
Well, they brought in martial law. So here's what I was told by Eric Boutillette. From the Love Police Montreal. He's got a radio show called Everything is Okay. I think on Blog Talk Radio. I'm not 100% sure, but it's in my archives. Eric Boutillette. So what happened was the group of revolutionaries kidnapped someone, and then the police knew who was holding this kidnappee. But instead of going after them, they put the whole place under martial law and just busted down everyone's door.
That's right.
And also changed the law, abolished the habeas corpus, which I still don't completely
Just like 9/11. Everything has an actual agenda.
See, Quebec 9/11. Yes and no, though, because there really was a revolution.
Sure.
But they acted in such a way that they could let it kind of look like it's out of control, when in fact they could have gotten the kidnappee back pretty
Did they not
promptly.
satisfy their agenda? They quashed the whole thing, did they not? They found the bad people or whatever.
Not only that, but they got to change the laws and take away our rights
they
permanently.
suspended the Magna Carta in order to do that. The Magna Carta is the foundation for the habeas corpus and such. It's a derivative, I believe, of the King James Bible, which is directly considered the rule of law that the Queen herself has sworn to uphold the faith for. She's sworn to uphold the faith for the rule of law, and we all can strive to the supremacy of God. This is here in Canada, of course.
I hate to say it, but I feel like the people in the chat room there, where you just explained that, I don't. You lost me. I might have to go on Wikipedia to see actually what is. What'd you call it? Habeas corpus? Okay, you know what?
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to do that. Because
and do your own research. Don't ever believe anything that I say. There's nothing that I can give you. You need to,
Okay, well, it says here in the dictionary, a writ requiring a person under arrest to be brought before a judge or into court.
That's right. That's what I would be asking for. If a cop came up to me and said, I want you to give me your ID, and I said, no, I want habeas corpus. Let's go in front of a judge right now.
That's under arrest. They still have. I did study law in CJEP, though, actually, a little bit, just as like an elective. But it was criminal law. And so this is like part of the due process that somebody gets arrested and they have to pass before a judge within 24 hours. And that's just to decide whether there is actually any validity to the arrest and whether they can, whether they have enough evidence to go to trial. So if it's completely bogus, it should go no further than that person's release, and that's that.
That's right.
So basically this does apply, though, to a writ requiring a person under arrest to be brought before a judge, but not a person given a ticket.
No, that's totally different. No, because that right there, you're not going to be arrested for because it's not a criminal charge, right?
But you still have to
that's
bring
just a civil problem.
Okay, but you still have to bring the person. Okay, so we have the body, as in we're presenting the body to the judge to say we have this person's body, and this is the reason why, and then the judge will decide whether that's legit.
Well, it's a reviewing of all of the evidence with which that they are holding the body. You see, the second part here is the legal right to apply for such a writ. So the thing is that you can request to say that this body needs to be presented so that we can confirm that the names are correct on the contract, that the accusations are correct, that everybody here agrees that this is all correct, because there could be something wrong here. This is what our government is supposed to be doing, is making readily available a remedy to fix these things, okay? If you've done something wrong.
We still have this because, as far as I know, if you get arrested here, they still have to take you to court within 24 hours.
That's right.
You do, actually, in fact.
They still act properly.
So why do you say that when they got rid of habeas corpus? Can they arrest you and detain you? This is like what they have in the States. This is where their whole terrorism laws come into play. And okay, now I understand the whole talk about habeas corpus and the terrorism laws, that they actually
would not have happened.
They don't. Yeah, see, that's right, because the G20, they took people in and detained them.
Under the Public Works Protection Act, which is not.
Wait, you can detain someone for under 24 hours, because let's say you're arrested.
Only because there's no habeas corpus anymore.
Well, here, if you get arrested, say, like on a Saturday night or a Sunday night when the court's closed, like you'll have to wait till the next day to go to court.
But they will present you before a judge.
They will present you.
See, that's the thing, is they're arresting us and presenting us before judges instead of massing evidence, going before a judge, getting a warrant, and then showing up and arresting us. These gentle men and women
they're catching you in an act, though.
Well, that's right. But there it comes down to who is harming who. They're arresting people for offenses that sometimes they don't know the actual extent. They act with undue force sometimes, like at the G20, without understanding what the law is. Each and every one of these officials, these employees of the government, they swear